So today we're going to take a look at the Husky 3500 Lumen LED work lights. These are the single heads as well as the bases that goes along with the heads. So with detailing, you need a lot of additional light. That way you can be able to see imperfections, swirls, and things like that in the paint. And so my search began looking at Home Depot and Lowe's, trying to see what all solutions were out there. So as I was looking, I was running across a lot of different options, but nothing that really fit quite what I was looking for until I ran across these Huskies. And some of the things that I really liked about these units is they have a lot more features. So they're more than just some really good lights. So these particular heads, that's what I'm calling them, or heads, they're available in 3 different sizes. You can get them in 2000 lumen, 3500 lumen, as well as 5000 lumen. My garage, it's just a single car garage. It's not very big, so I didn't think I needed anything quite as bright as 5000 lumen. So I went ahead and went middle of the road with the 3500s. And so they're fairly small in size. They have a lot of flexibility. As you can see, the head turns to the left, to the right, as well as you can, this is turning all the way up, or tilting all the way up, tilting all the way down. And so there is a lot of flexibility with these particular heads. And these were actually separate from the bases. I bought the bases separate. Each of the bases were $19.99, I think it was, and then the heads were $39.99. So it was about $60 per. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted more flexibility. So the other lights that they had, which were already on stands, they were detachable from the stands, but there were multiple heads that was on one large bracket. So that's where one of the things that come in kind of cool with these particular units is that these heads completely come off of the stand. So there's a lever that's here on the side. See if we can get this so you can see it. So right here's the lever, and you push that lever forward, or no, backwards, like that, and then now this head comes completely off. You can see there's kind of like a little opening that's in there, and then this has a pin that's on the bottom, so you set it in there and then you push this lever forward and it locks it down in there. So I can actually use these as 2 completely independent lights. So if I wanted to, I could set one, way over here, right, to illuminate what I needed to. And then I could set another one way over here, so I can project light in many different places at the same time. To where if you bought the one that has the 2 heads built onto the one stand, or the one frame, you can move it around, but you're moving two lights, 3 lights, and there's limited flexibility with that. So this gives you the best of both worlds, I think, going this route. Now I have these almost to the max height, I think it is. Yeah. So right there is the max height. So let me grab a tape measure. And let's bring this a little closer for you. Let's see what kind of height we have on this. So there I'm touching the ground. So it's roughly 50 inches. In the light itself, it puts it to go just in the middle. So you're looking at about 57 inches to where the center of the light is. We'll lower this down a little bit. So you can see there's a nice built-in reflector that's here. You can see the LED right in the middle. So if I can try to get a little bit closer for you so you can see that. It's a fairly well-built unit. There is a little bit of wobble with it on the stand, but as long as it doesn't come off, I'm good with it. And the way that that mounts on there, it's not gonna fall off. It will wobble a little bit. You just adjust it to wherever you need it and it'll be fine. So taking a look at the back side, this is one of the things that separates this unit apart from pretty much all the rest of them, is that if you look here, there's an outlet as well as a USB plug. So once you plug this in, you have an outlet that you can use to power a second light, or you can use it, you can plug your buffer into it, your rotary, and you could also charge your phone. And so I'm thinking about making a little bracket, you know, somewhere to set on this thing. That way I could set my phone on it and charge it. I think that would be pretty cool. And then on the top, you have your basic on and off switch, which is right here. So what we're going to do next is we're going to plug these in and turn them on. But also you can see where there's, you know, some adjustments here, so you can tighten up, you know, the head, and then also for the base here where the swivel is. But as you can see, you can get any kind of any type of adjustment out of these that you could possibly think of. So I already have an extension cord ran over here to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unwrap the cord off of this one. And if we look here on the back of this one, we can see where we have the same outlet. So these are identical. So we have the same outlet, which is here. So I'm plugging that light into this light. I'm just going to turn it back around. And then I'm going to undo this cord. Okay. And then I'm going to plug this in to my extension cord. And so now I have my extension cord, which is running to this light, and then this light is plugged into this one. So you can see how you can daisy chain these, which is really, really nice. So as of right now, my switches, I don't know if you can see it from there, but they're illuminated, they're lit. So I can tell I've got power going to these. And what I'm going to do is try not to blind you. But let's go ahead and let's turn them on. So this is one of the lights. And then this is the other light. They are very bright, especially in here. Definitely make a huge difference. And of course, with the adjustability of these particular units, you know, you can turn them, you know, any direction that you want them to go. So I'm just going to spin them all the way around. Try not to get the cord hung up. So there you go. You can see I've turned both of these around. You can tilt them all the way up like that. You can tilt them all the way to the sides. I don't know how well you can see that. So that's the main feature for me as to why I wanted two separate lights rather than it all being on just one particular head. So I've got these pulled as far apart as I can possibly get them. It's the only downside to these is that I wish these cords to these heads were a little bit longer. They're right at, I think it's 4 foot. Let's just double check that. Yeah, they're right at about 4 foot. I think they should have been probably about 8 to 10, to be honest. But as you can see, if you are working on a car, you can separate these as far apart as you need, and then you can work and do whatever it is that you need to do. That puts out some pretty good light, right? And so yeah, so that's kind of how I use it. I'll usually have them fairly close, and then I'll be working on whatever it is that I need to work on. But these are definitely really nice lights. They provide a lot of options. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, and I think I showed you as well, these heads come off. So you move that forward, you can take this off. You can set it on the ground, and then you still have full adjustability of this. So it's not just stuck on this stand all the time, which is another really sweet feature that I like of it. And combined together, both of these, like 120, right? 60 and 60, so about $120. And the units that have the two heads, those were 5,000 lumen. And these are 3,500. And as you can see, for my garage and where I am, this is plenty. I don't need any more than that. I may go ahead and buy a couple more units. Don't know just yet. That way I can space them out. But what I do is carry an additional extension cord. This is about a 20-foot extension cord, 25 foot. And so normally what I'll do is, I'll just hang it on the back side of one of the lights, like that. That way I have it, and I can separate the lights much further apart if I need them to. But these things they're really nice. They're fairly well built. They are just a little bit wobbly on the stands, but they're not coming off. They have some pretty good size tripod legs, so it's not going to fall over. And obviously you can collapse these just like a regular camera tripod or a video tripod. And these handle up to 11 amps, and the USB port on each of these is 2.1 amp. So yeah, so that's a quick look at the Husky 3500 lumen heads along with the stands. I'd highly recommend these. I'm probably going to buy 2 more. But yeah, I think this is a better option for those of you that are like me that need some additional lighting, and you need something better than all of it built into a single head solution. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks everyone for watching. Be safe. All right, bye.